You are a treasure, you are a gem. You are a special sparkle of light. You shine in your glory, you tell your own story. You are precious, you are unique. Hello everybody, welcome to Treasure Time. Today we're going to hear a story about a hermit crab and have some plays and songs about a hermit crab. And I have with me today
Daniela Pine, Adia Martin, Cameron McLean, Colton McLean, Caitlin Farrell, Dylan Pine, Peyton Coles.
all these wonderful people are going to help with the play and listen to a story. And this is just a little hermit crab. That hermit crabs are very shy and they hide in their shell. Have you guys ever seen a hermit crab?
Yeah.
And who knows something about a hermit crab? Caitlin, what do you know about a hermit crab?
It's a crustacean.
Okay, so it lives in a shell. And Dylan, what do hermit crabs do?
Well, they're small and they can run really fast underwater.
Yes. And where do hermit crabs live, Adia?
In the sea.
In the sea. But Colby, what is something that hermit crabs do?
They eat.
Oh, well, yes, they're hungry, but there's still something that do hermit crabs live in their own house?
Yep. Yes.
They do?
Yep. Yeah.
Well, where do hermit crabs find their house? Daniela.
Well, there's tons of shells all over the ocean, so if they find one that they can fit into, that's their house.
Right, but the hermit crab doesn't, like a scallop or a quahog, they are born in that house. But hermit crabs move into somebody else's house. It was a snail's house first. We're going to start our program with our treasure song. I'd like you all to sing. You are a treasure, you are a gem. You are a special sparkle of light. You shine in your glory, you tell your own story. You are precious, you are unique. And now we're going to sing saying I am a treasure, I am a gem, I am a special sparkle of life. I shine in my glory, I tell my own story. I am precious, I am unique. Thank you. You guys are great singers. Now we're going to have a story about a hermit crab. And this is the hermit crab story. And this is what our play is going to be about. And this book is written by someone named Carter Goodrich. The hermit crab in this story didn't set out to be a hero, and he wasn't particularly brave. He was actually very shy. Whenever all his neighbors would get together, the hermit crab was happy to linger just out of sight. If anyone did happen to notice him, he would become terribly nervous and start to fidget. And then, if they should happen to say something like, "Hi," or "How's it going?" he would disappear deep into his shell without saying a word. Have any of you ever felt shy?
Yeah.
Early Early one morning, just when the hermit crab's neighbors were sitting down to have breakfast, a large wooden contraption fell out of the sky and headed right for them. It bounced and clattered and finally came to rest smack dab in the middle of their town square. The hermit crab was off by himself, poking around in the sand, looking for something to eat. "What in the world is it?" the starfish asked. "Some sort of new restaurant," the lobster replied. He was sniffing at the tasty aroma that was coming from inside it. "Stay back," the bluefish warned. "I've seen things like this before. It smells like there's something good to eat inside, but don't be fooled. It's just a trap." "Hey," said the striped bass, "where's the flounder? Has anybody seen the flounder?" Nobody had. Meanwhile, not too far away, the hermit crab had forgotten all about looking for food. He was sitting perfectly still on top of a rock, looking down at the most beautiful shell he'd ever seen. Very carefully, the hermit crab crept over to the fancy new shell, saw that it was empty, and decided right then and there to move in. "It's even got moving parts," he thought to himself. He felt very happy. But back in the center of town, no one was happy. "Help!" cried a voice from beneath the contraption. "It's the flounder," the lobster yelled. "He's trapped underneath the restaurant." "It's not a restaurant," said the bluefish. "It's a trap. The flounder needs our help." "Yeah," the crab shouted. "The flounder needs our help." "Okay, okay," the lobster said. "Go ahead, but if that thing is some kind of a trap, I'm not going near it." And then nobody said anything because they all felt the same way. "Wait a minute," the striped bass whispered. "Who is that?" The hermit crab came stumbling out of the seaweed forest right into the center of town. "What is this?" he thought. He didn't notice the flounder, but he did notice the good smells, and that reminded him how hungry he was. He walked around the contraption, grabbing it and giving it a shake. He wanted to get in to where that good smell was coming from. Everyone watched the mysterious stranger from their hiding places. "Look," whispered the starfish. "He's trying to rescue the flounder. Who is that?" "Yeah," the crab shouted. "Who's that?" "That," cried the lobster, "that is our brave champion, our hero, come to save us." And then all of a sudden, the contraption moved. Then it moved again, and finally it began to float back into the sky. The hermit crab was still clinging to its side. He let go at last and gently drifted back down and settled right on top of the flounder. The flounder, now free, tried to thank the mysterious stranger, but the hermit crab drew himself up into his new shell. Everyone came rushing out of their hiding places, cheering their hero. This excitement was just too much for the poor hermit crab. He curled up even tighter inside his new shell. "Great," he thought. Now I'll never get anything to eat. The hermit crab's neighbors quickly organized a parade and carried their hero to the highest rock, where they carefully set him down for all to see. Then they celebrated late into the night. The hermit crab remained from view. As soon as it grew quiet, the hermit crab slid out of the fancy new shell. He tiptoed past his snoring neighbors back through the seaweed forest until at last he found his worn-out old shell right where he'd left it. He wriggled back inside and soon fell fast asleep. The next day, the hermit crab made his way back to town. There, still perched on top of the highest rock, was the fancy new shell, empty as the day he'd found it. But nobody in the crowd noticed. They were happy to cheer their new hero, while the lobster made speech after speech. So the hermit crab settled in, just beyond the edge of the crowd, right where he was most comfortable. He smiled to himself, and he even cheered the fancy new shell, but he cheered very softly and just a little bit. He didn't want to be noticed. And now we're going to get ready for our play. A hermit crab so shy lived in the deep blue sea. One day he said, I am so hungry. He looked around and saw a fancy shell. He moved right in and he thought it was swell. As he went on a search to find some food, the others thought he was a cool dude. He found a box that smelled of meat. At last he thought that he could eat. When he tried to reach for his meal of the day, the trap with the snack flew up and away. Everyone who watched was all abuzz. They all said what a hero he was. But the little hermit crab wasn't happy being brave. So he slipped from his snooper shell and back into his cave. And now we're going to start our play, so fix the scenery and take your places on stage.
I am a hermit. I live in a house. I like to hide like a wee little mouse. When anyone comes, I feel very shy. I just kind of wait till they've all gone by. Hello, my little friends of the sea. Have you happened to see anything good to eat around here? Good morning, lobster. Sorry, not much that I've noticed. Just the regular, I guess.
Hold on to your line and get back in your chair. Oh, okay. Flounder. Help.
Help! I'm getting squished.
Starfish.
What in the world is it? Maybe it's a new seafood restaurant. It sure does smell good. Everyone, stay back. I've seen things like this before. It smells like there's something good inside to eat, but don't be fooled. It's a trap. Has anyone seen flounder?
Flounder, save me.
Will somebody please save me? Pretty soon, I'm going to turn into a skinny fillet of sole.
Wow, that's the fanciest shell I've ever seen. I have to move in now.
Face the audience.
Much better. What are we going to do about Flounder? He's trapped under our brand new seafood restaurant. For Pete's sakes, Lobster. It's not a restaurant. It's a trap. The poor Flounder needs our help. Okay. But if that thing is a trap, then I'm not going anywhere near it.
Who is that?
Hey, this smells tasty. And I am hungry. I bet it has food. I want to get in now.
Okay, guy.
No, my food.
Starfish, who is that?
Who is that?
That's
It's our hero who's come to save us all. Yay!
Flounder, thank the Hermit.
Thank you, brave creature. Thank you so much for saving me.
Now we'll never get anything to eat.
Everyone cheers. Hooray!
Hooray!
Let's have a party.
Let's have a big party to celebrate our wonderful hero. At least no one got caught in that horrid trap.
Star, just tell the hero to stay.
Put our heroes on this big rock so we all can see him.
All stand up. A funny contraption fell out of the sea. Something inside smelled mighty tasty. But our friend, the bluefish, said, "You better watch out or you might be dead. What seems okay, sometimes it's not. Just be careful, you might get caught." And now you're all going to have a little party. Starfish say, okay, let's just dance and have some fun.
Let's just dance and have some fun.
And then, Bluefish, you start to get tired.
It's been a long day, and I'm tired.
And Striper, you get tired.
I'm tired.
And Flounder.
I'm tired from being squished all day. I'm gonna go to bed.
And Starfish, you're going to go to sleep.
I think I'll just go to sleep just right by this rock.
And then,
Aw, now there's no one else to party with. I'm sort of getting tired too. I guess I'll go to sleep also. Now I know that this shell is too fancy for me. I think I'll take back my old one. It sure does feel good to be home.
wonderful job, everybody. You can wake up and maybe bow to the audience. Great job. In the town where I was born lived a man who sailed the sea, and he told us of his life in the land of submarines. So we sailed up to the sun till we found a sea of green, and we lived beneath the waves in our yellow submarine. We all live in a yellow submarine, yellow submarine, yellow submarine. We all live in a yellow submarine, yellow submarine, yellow submarine. We all live in a yellow submarine, yellow submarine, yellow submarine. And our friends are all aboard. Many more of them live next door. And the band begins to play. The band needs to play. Good. Colby's playing. As we live a life of ease, every one of us has all we need. Sky of blue and sea of green in our yellow submarine. We all live in a yellow submarine, yellow submarine, yellow submarine. We all live in a yellow submarine, yellow submarine, yellow submarine.
How did you work on? Yes. Very hard.
Fish song. Boop bop didum dadum wadum choo. Boop bop didum dadum wadum choo. Boop bop didum dadum wadum choo. And they swam all over the dam.
Down in the meadow in an itty bitty pool swam three little fishies and a mama fishy too. Swim, said the mama fishy, swim if you can. And they swam all over the dam.
Boop bop didum dadum wadum choo. Boop bop didum dadum wadum choo. Boop bop didum dadum wadum choo. And they swam right over the dam.
Stop, said the mama fisher, you'll get lost. The three little fishies didn't want to be bossed. The three little fishies went off on a spree, and they swam right out to the sea.
Boop bop didum dadum wadum choo. Boop bop didum dadum wadum choo. Boop bop didum dadum wadum choo. And they swam right over the dam.
We have little fishies, here's a lot of fun. We'll swim in the sea till the day is done. They swam and it was a lark, till all of a sudden they saw a shark.
Boop bop didum dadum wadum choo. Boop bop didum dadum wadum choo. Boop bop didum dadum wadum choo. And they swam right over the dam.
Help, cried the little fishies, look at the whales. And quick as they could, they turned in their tails. Back to the sea in the meadow they swam, and they swam back over the dam.
Boop bop didum dadum wadum choo. Boop bop didum dadum wadum choo. Boop bop didum dadum wadum choo. And they swam right over the dam. And maybe you guys can do some free dancing to Baby Beluga. And let's see some water coming out of your spout and the waves rolling. Baby Beluga in the deep blue sea, swim so wild and you swim so free. Heaven above and the sea below, and a little moon is shining and the stars are out. Good night, little whale, good night. Baby beluga, baby beluga. With tomorrow's sun, another day's begun. You'll soon be waking way down yonder in the deep blue sea. Swim so wild and you'll swim so free. Heaven above and the sea below, and a little white whale on the go, and a little white whale on the go. And thank you everybody for a wonderful Treasure Time program.